Hi, everybody. It's Leap of the Week time again, and I'm here in Canada with a real live Canadian. This is Amanda Tripp. She's a fantastic yoga and yoga tune-up teacher. What else do you teach? Do you teach other things?
That's really about it.
All right.
Restorative yoga.
There we go. And we're doing our Quantum Leap training right now, and a question that we were talking about today that we both thought would be interesting to put as a little video. And so, Amanda, what's the question?
So my question was, when you're trying to teach people about proper alignment in a pose or in a movement, how much should you allow for people to not execute that movement completely correctly?
Mm-hmm. That's a really good question. And I think that's something that people wonder about a lot, because I think there's sort of two schools of thought. There's sort of the feel all the movement and be in all the places kind of teaching. And then there's the kind of teaching where it's like, you're not allowed to move a muscle until every single piece of you is an exact, perfect, correct placement. So you never wander outside of that. That second version, I think, is useful if you never, ever, 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 ever want to have an injury or fun.
Right.
But what we were talking about today is that this concept of something called bandwidth. Bandwidth is the range outside of the, proper or correct or ideal version of the movement. And for people to actually achieve something called motor learning, which means they not only are just performing it correctly because you're telling them to perform it correctly, but they've actually learned how to do it. They could replicate it on their own separately without you. You actually want to permit bandwidth. So that instead of this very, very narrow pathway of the thing that they're trying to do, you want to have them feel or experience in whatever way you choose some of that, erroneous movement, some of the not, what is it not, so that they can figure out what it is. And you can use any way to do that you want. You can have somebody watch you do it, not this way, I want you to do it this way. You could have them do it in their body the way that you don't want and then the way that you want. You can use really anything you need. You can have them feel something on you where you're like, I want this to be here, not here, or whatever it might be. But this idea of giving people bandwidth to feel where they're out of alignment is actually going to let them learn how to self-correct and get themselves into that alignment again. And I would also add, as sort of just an umbrella, you don't want to have somebody do something that is going to be injurious to them because it's out of alignment. So if it's someone who's working with an active injury at the moment, no, I'm not going to let them throw their shoulder all over the place. If they've got a shoulder injury, I'm going to work on, getting it organized and stable. But for somebody who's got healthy tissues and you're just trying to teach them this is what a neutral spine would be for you, bandwidth is a good thing. So bandwidth away. All right. Thanks, you guys. Talk to you again. Comments, questions below. Yay!
Thanks, Sarah.
You're welcome.